There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories?
That's when the cannibalism started.
Dick and balls.
Yeah.
But that's something else. That's a whole other side story that's not on
Side stories.
Yes. I did want to show you this.
What is this?
This is from Brazilian Wax Museum. This is a picture.
Is that supposed to be Pope Francis?
This is Pope Francis.
That
and
does not look like Pope Francis.
But I think what's really
But
funny.
I did guess it was him.
Yes, but you know what's funny about it?
What?
He looks like that now.
Really?
Have you seen the pictures of him now?
He evolved into this?
Well, he's got like bloated dying face because the Pope's dying.
Yes, he's got pneumonia at 88. I don't care how many Catholic hospitals you got working on you.
Go pneumonia. Go. I'm rooting for you,
Well,
pneumonia.
no, we're going to end up with a worse pope once this guy's gone.
There's no worse Pope.
There is a worse.
No,
He's
there is
the
none.
best pope of our lives.
No, he's not. He's lying.
No.
He's fucking lying, Eddie.
No.
He walked it all back. He's a fucking liar. He's a little-headed, elfin-shoed piece of
does
shit.
he not like gay people?
No, he's a fucking piece of shit. He walked it all back. Fuck him. I can't wait to see his
Pope
death.
Francis doesn't like gay people?
No, Pope Francis can fucking suck a dick, but he wouldn't because he's afraid. Welcome to Side
someone
Stories.
who doesn't like gay people, he certainly picked a pretty gay way to call himself Frank.
Exactly. My name's Henry Zabrowski. I'm sitting here with Ed Larson.
Oh, no, Henry, it's Kelly Riley.
No, Kelly Reilly. You get away from
me
me.
some liquor.
You get the hell away from me. You get the hell away from me, you homewrecker. You're gross. And I hate you, Kelly Reilly. You get out of here. We're bringing it before. This was off mic moment. I was expressing my admiration for Kelly Reilly as a performer.
Oh, yeah? What movies has she been in?
She's in one there was one movie I saw in my dreams where she was the female captain of the ship, and I was the first mate. And I had to go in there, and I said, let's put the mate. The first mate. Yeah, and she was just like, leave me alone, please. Even in my dreams, I was rejected. But I have a beautiful wife.
Who does look a lot like Kelly Riley.
Kind of works out for me.
Yeah. I think it is adorable that you're constantly attracted to women that look like Natalie.
Yes, but also it's like, to me, and I've said this to her before, nothing would make me happier for her to go out on a mission and kill this woman.
Really?
Only just because I would find it incredibly hot. Them fighting each other.
Oh, yeah.
And then her subsequent beating Kelly Reilly. Only because it would be fun to watch.
Well, how do you know she'd win?
Because Kelly Reilly has no training and she doesn't know it's coming.
She doesn't have training. You're right. And she doesn't know what's coming. Well, now she does.
She's not listening.
The warning's out there.
No, she's not going to.
Yeah, no,
I'm saying
she's not.
this is my what I
No,
think.
Natalie's
What do you mean?
rational. She's not
What
going
is this,
to.
Ken? Oh, you're Google AI. Fuck you. Yes, Kelly Reilly can fight. As she's demonstrated in her role as Beth Dutton on the show Yellowstone.
Yes,
not
yeah.
the way. Not
Well,
like
she famously lost a fight in that.
I didn't see that. Well, I'm not quite aware of that performance
Man,
of
but when
hers.
she's all bloody and her fucking breasts are out.
I saw some clips.
Yeah. That's fucking. It's a hell of a scene.
I like this. Although the fight scenes may look real and bloody, the actors must stay in the mindset of being ferocious, which can be exhausting. Thanks, Google AI.
It's the worst.
All right. So besides my, I guess, a warning to Kelly Reilly, just warn her and just tell her I mean no harm. Tell her we want her on the show. Ask her if she knows anything about aliens or flat Earth. We talked about this earlier today. That would be great. Honestly, if I could get 2 of those in there, we can have her on the show. But we got big updates.
Oh yes, there's
And
lots of stuff.
One of the biggest updates is, do we have the Polish national anthem?
I think we're allowed to play that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's me. We have to play it because, again,
Ding Dong the Witch is Dead?
I do believe, yeah. It's roll out the barrel, roll out the barrels again.
2 sausages for me, 3 for you.
We just want to say congratulations to the fatherland. As it turns out, Jack the Ripper is Polish.
What?
Yep. We
That's
got
wild.
one!
Is he the first Polish serial killer?
No.
First and last.
Well, biggest and most.
Kuklinski, I guess.
Richard Kuklinski was he was a very good employee that loved his job. See, Jack the Ripper, now this has been contested for at least a decade.
It's DNA evidence.
But it's been contested. We are still waiting on the final publication of the peer-reviewed study of this DNA, but it's getting closer and closer every day. Now, according to historian, and I believe they call them ripperologists, which is what when we covered Jack the Ripper a million years ago, that's what we became.
So you're a ripperologist.
I was, but I'll always remember this was my favorite suspect back in the day.
Okay.
So this is I'm so happy for him.
So it's not new.
No, it's not new. Russell Edwards is a historian / ripperologist that has been saying that. So a piece of I guess is old-timey cum was on a scarf of Catherine Eddowes, of one of the victims of Jack the Ripper. And this man has been, I guess, in this decades-long hunt to finally finalize this DNA testing, and apparently using a family member of the Polish barber Aaron Kosminski. There is a match. They're saying that but they still has to go away. They have to verify everything again. So it is still not permanent. It is not yet the...
Can I be an asshole real quick?
Every day.
All right. So he killed sex workers, right?
Yeah.
What if he was the guy before?
What do you mean?
What if, like, she worked with him earlier that evening and he came on her scarf?
Well, this is
and then, like, later on that night, she got killed by someone else.
The only thing that it seems to attach it to it is the fact that Aaron Kosminski being there at all would be massive.
Him, because he's Polish.
Well, no.
What's he doing there?
Well, it's because of the way he has all the attributes. So we think that he was mentally ill. He suffered from signs of schizophrenia. He said he had auditory and visual hallucinations.
Like most of the people in my family.
Of course, but that's just because they're super creative. And then Aaron Kosminski was a barber surgeon. So if anybody had, and a butcher. So he had all these skill sets to cut and to divide, which is exactly happened to all of these. So it was a mixture of both surgical cuts and raw animalistic cuts on all of the victims. So a mixture of these two things kind of fighting inside of somebody. So he had both. He then was locked up in an insane asylum in which he died. And when he was locked up, the Jack the Ripper crimes stopped.
Okay.
And so that is the main why we think it's him. And now they're saying that we are one step closer to naming Aaron Kosminski as he will be Jack the Ripper. Eventually, Jack the Ripper will disappear and will only be Aaron Kosminski.
It's crazy how it's like two Johnny Depp movies came together. Sweeney Todd and From Hell, to be the real thing.
But there are I looked up other Polish serial killers. There's really not many.
No,
there's George Chapman. There's Władysław.
But caught after the first one.
I mean, they're always killed. They're like the problem is that I killed her. I did it. When you stab a bunch of tricks or you stab a bunch of Cheerios, you leave a lot of mess. Right?
I get it.
You know what I'm saying.
Serial killer.
You're Polish.
I love it.
We're being dumb here.
We're allowed.
Joseph Zarkruski's, which was the Zarkruski's family, was a family of Polish murderers, which honestly sounds great, but the most they did it for robbery. They murdered other families. Honestly, this sounds like an amazing story.
Yeah.
We should do this story.
Wow. Quick Wikipedia search. Really just found a new 3-part LPN.
Yeah, Kazimierz Polish serial killer, pedophile, killed 2 young boys and an adult man, so not a gold star pedophile.
No.
Well, that's a problem. I fucking judgment on you. And so it looks like if it all, fingers crossed, if this all comes out, if the tests come out right, Jack the Ripper will be Polish, which is the biggest get that the Polish community has had since vegan kielbasa.
Yeah, we haven't had... Is there vegan kielbasa?
Unfortunately, yes. But you know where it's really good? What the hell is the name of this restaurant?
The vegan's place?
You guys, if you're in... Where is this? Where is this fucking... Apteka. That's where you got to go. It's a vegan Polish place in Pittsburgh called Apteka.
Really?
It's amazing.
Interesting.
It's super delicious.
Vegan Polish food.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
I just don't know if I could make the choice to eat vegan Polish food when you can eat normal Polish
absolutely
food.
No reason to.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking stupid. I don't know why they did it. But it's a big get for Polish people.
Yeah, well, pierogies are vegan?
No, they are absolutely not.
What do you mean they're not?
Yes, they're not. They're eggs sometimes in the dough for for the noodle.
That's
You
right,
got
there's
the
egg
fucking
in
all
there.
the stuff in there. Like, it's not necessarily vegan. When you're cooking it, you'd have to do it in a vegetable broth. Yeah, because exactly. And then the potato, you got cheese in there. They're not traditionally vegan. And so but it's good for us. It's good for optics. This is good for Polish optics.
Yeah. Now that, we seem worse. Somehow.
No,
At least before we weren't.
No, I'm
like,
saying the
murderers.
vegan Polish food is good for optics.
Oh, it's going to keep them alive.
Yes. I'm saying that, the Jack the Ripper being Polish just is fun.
Yeah, I think the vegan Polish restaurant would do better if they didn't tell people it was vegan.
Well, they have to.
They say healthy Polish food.
If you don't, and if it's like, remember the Chris Farley commercial when they switched the coffee to the crystals?
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen in Pittsburgh? If you lie to a Yinzer about the food he just ate is vegan, he's going to fucking shoot you in the head.
Man, I got to say, I've been watching the show, The Pit. I've been loving it. I really do love this show.
Is that the show where you just sit in the shower and watch little boys wash each other? Or is that show? Or is
I'm
it
so glad I got that waterproof case for my phone. No, but the Pit, the new hospital procedure show, it's just like, I don't like hospital procedure shows.
No.
I watched it, I was like, I'll just put it on for the hell of it. Blew my mind. I fucking cried twice.
What the fuck?
It's
Wait, is this a
unbelievable.
commercial for
I
the
talked to my doctor friends about the Pit. I was like, is this real? And they're like, apparently it's like the most accurate doctor show that's ever existed. But there's no yins. And it all takes place in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
And no one's yinning it up.
No, yeah. That's not real.
It's like very accurate as far as like an emergency room goes.
But not to the environment.
There isn't one yin in the fucking show.
If you met a Pittsburgh nurse,
Especially in the fucking ER, like the people coming through.
My mother-in-law is a Pittsburgh nurse.
Yeah.
And that Yin's accent so strong. You guys if you met a Pittsburgh nurse, you wouldn't understand her English.
Yeah.
That's how thick her Pittsburgh accent is. You would not, it would be like you're in a foreign country. That is the rural heart of Pittsburgh, and that's a working person's accent.
Yeah, they should have just put it somewhere where people don't have strong accents, because it was like, Chicago Hope worked out. I guess Chicago even has it, but this is like...
Yeah, but Chicago accent's very rare. I feel like the Chicago accent I only even really hear from a big fat piece of shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's
But not
someone like, get the fuck away from me type of...
But not in a bad way. I don't even mean that as
you stepped on my shoes.
I don't mean that as an insult.
Yeah, no.
That's just a type of guy.
It's just a fact.
In Chicago.
We
know this.
Yeah, but I think, I love the show. I think it's great, but I'm just mad about the lack of yins.
Well, I will say that not only Eddie, I'm so glad that Eddie told me he's into medical dramas. He also showed me another really sad fact. As right before the show, we were talking about how cool we used to be and how much fun we used to have. And Eddie brought up the only way he's allowed to enjoy things with sugar now is that he has to get flavored kefir from the store.
Yeah.
And then he just puts a spoon of it in his mouth at night.
Yeah.
And he just lets it sit in his mouth.
That's how I do it. And it keeps me from eating a fucking little Debbie cake.
I was like, we're the saddest.
Yeah, I know that's what happened. That's their 40s, man. If you're younger, enjoy it.
I actively eat seeds.
Yeah. Oh, chia seeds every morning.
Every morning.
They say it does something good to me. Other than get stuck in my teeth, I don't feel any different.
Why am I eating bird seed?
I feel no different.
I don't know. They said the same thing.
I'm just doing it because they tell me to.
Same. I'm doing it because you're doing it.
Yeah, the probiotic seed.
All of it.
Also,
same because you're doing
it. I'm taking it. I feel no different.
I feel
but it's like, but at the same time, I was consistently feeling worse.
See, this is nice.
And
but
now
then
I'm not feeling worse.
The calming is here for both of us. And to remember,
sometimes you need probiotics.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, just take them. Eat your kefir.
And sometimes you have to trust the goat. Because the goat is in the field.
Yeah. And its cheese is, slightly healthier.
Sure. And the goat, you wouldn't do anything to hurt you.
Nah.
Would he?
Nah.
Now I'm getting angry again. There we go. All right. So we got more updates.
Yes. Oh,
more updates.
We are in Zisness, folks.
We are. We are in Zisness, and Zisness is good. The Ziz. I'm going to start calling. That's what I want. That's it now. It's no longer.
Can we write a musical that's like based off of The Wiz, but it's all about Zizians and it's called The Ziz?
We
Rob,
have to
cut this out.
We have to write this out.
We just lost $1 million if we put this in.
The Wiz songs. Yeah, it's like my favorite Wiz song is the what was the good one?
The Wiz song?
Oh yeah, the really good song. There's
one where they dance in the
ease
parking
on
lot?
down, ease on down the road.
Yeah.
We're going to ease on down the road. I can definitely see Ziz doing that. Ziz.
Yeah, man.
Hey, how you doing? It's me. I'm the Ziz. The Ziz has been caught. We did not know that the Ziz could be caught, but the Ziz is contained. Jack Lasota, the dead name of Ziz, has been arrested finally. Now, this is...
Oh, my God. I thought of another good one. You remember the show Oz? The prison show?
Yeah.
This could be the Zizzard of Oz, and he could follow them in prison.
That's
We're
actually
going to make a lot of money off of these people.
I can't wait to. We're going to drain this. We're going to drain this fucking content gulch. So here we go. This is the cult, like with so we've been covering over the last couple of weeks. This group, they call themselves the Zizians. It seems like it is a group of somehow connected young students that are either in the biomedical sphere / computer programming, and then also in the world of AI. They have formed this sort of death cult, in which the majority of the members are trans, and they don't believe in private property. They also believe in this concept of Rocco's basilisk, this idea that they are going to help AI take over and work with AI, because they believe that once AI becomes sentient and becomes our overlords, they will go back in time. They will be peaceful and filled with wisdom, but they will go back in time and destroy anybody that was ever against AI. And so Ziz wants to get ahead of that by joining forces with the AI. But again, we talked about this last week. If we listen to some of our tech leaders, I think AI is a bit off.
Yes.
I think we got some time before we're going to get there. But now, so Jack sort of finally got arrested, 33 years old. They've been charged with trespass, having a gun in a vehicle, and obstructing and hindering all misdemeanors. Now, this is in Allegheny. So this is down, well, this is Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, Western Maryland. This is now Western Maryland. They're in Maryland. And so now they're all in jail. And here's the list of the crew we got. Here is this group of fucking absolutely
no bail.
Absolutely no bail.
For the Zizzes.
Well, because now they're trying to figure out what to do with them. This is the people that have been arrested since 2019. We have Jack Lasota, Alexander Leatham, Emma Barhonian, and Gwen Danielson, Maximilian Snyder, and Teresa Youngblood. They have all been involved in, so far, a murder of a landlord, which is why we're all like, oh, it's sad for us.
Yeah.
Murder of a border agent.
Yes.
We have the murder of 2 separate parents, and it looks like the murder of 2 other people as well that were connected to the families of these people. Ziz has been ordering them to break away from their families, do this thing called non-hemispheric sleep, or one hemispheric sleep, where they let one side of their brain sleep and let the other side of their brain sleep, and they believe they can split it into 2 different personalities. It's gobbledygook. We went through their manifesto. It's absolute horseshit. They're wrong. And honestly, I think if the AI was real, he wouldn't choose you, Ziz. I think that, unironically, he would choose me.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Ziz. They're going to come for somebody. I think that we're going to be the hardest ones to channel. I don't think that the AI is going to have problems with needing people working on programming and biomechanical engineering and all that stuff. I think the AI is going to have that handled. I think the AI is going to need comedians.
Yes, because we still write better jokes than AI.
Still, it's still the main thing that we still got.
Their emails are pretty good, though, AI. AI can write the fuck out of an email.
Eddie, re-look at the email.
I mean, I don't use it.
You don't, but
No,
I will say,
I personally don't use it.
again, I tried.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I had I went through the whole thing. You have to reread the email after that you have it right. Because once you write the email and then you have ChatGPT go through all the shit, whatever, kind of fix it or whatever, they're always wrong. ChatGPT's an idiot.
Also, it's
all
just
of
if
these
you
AI
have to reread it. You might have, in that time you could have just
exactly.
written it.
Yes.
Except for Grammarly.
Grammarly is good. I honestly,
Are they a sponsor?
they are.
Oh, okay.
But Grammarly's different than ChatGPT. Grammarly is one of the most intuitive, incredible sentence building programs that you can have. And I couldn't move if I didn't have Grammarly. I would be so paralyzed, I probably would commit suicide. So thanks, Grammarly.
That's a free one.
Take it off the fucking budget. That's one good one. But these guys are obviously, now we're going to find out what's going to go on. I imagine that Ziz is going to talk a lot from jail. I think that they're going to use this opportunity to really broadcast their message. And we're going to see how that works. Because the problem, again, which I'll always say, is that if they're there, right, they're using this very complicated barrier to entry, using this kind of absolutely nonsensical manifesto and a mishmash of different philosophical ideas.
Why don't they have AI write the manifesto?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, like, if you care about AI so much, let it write the manifesto.
This is why I don't think they're real.
Hey, ChatGPT, could you write me a manifesto?
You got it, sir. Yeah. Well,
Not long enough.
Actually, can we get the Druids in there?
Yeah, you didn't list Amy Schumer as an influence. Could you go back and
remember that? I'll always remember that. But you know why I also don't believe them, that they really work for the AI, is that oddly enough, I think that I'd expect them to be dumpier. I kind of expected them to be what you're saying, which is like, if you're a real AI-led cult, this is how you've led the cult. It's like this. Yes. With the laptop on your upper belly, just, yes, ChatGPT, tell them I have to have sex with their wives.
Yeah.
Tell them I have to have sex with their children. Like, that's what a true AI-led cult would be. But we're going to find out exactly more. They're probably going to try to explain more what their rationalist movement is and what rationalism is. And in that moment, they'll put us all so thoroughly to sleep, we'll finally get rest.
This one guy looks like you found in a river.
Who?
the guy with the glasses. Who do you think?
You think that looks like me?
I said if you were found in a river.
That's a Middle Eastern man.
I'm just
That is
saying.
a Middle Eastern man.
Is he?
Whose mustache does not connect to his goatee.
Yeah, well, the river ran a bunch of it
He
off.
looks nothing like me, you piece of shit.
I said if you were like disformed by a river.
But it's not me.
Yeah. It's not you.
It's not me yet.
It wasn't an insult.
Not yet.
It's an insult to him.
Well, let's do this. All right, let's move on.
All right. My number one story of the week.
Oh, this is a good one.
Is
Yeah.
tastes like tradition. Raccoon dinner brings international fame to Ohio Lions Club. That's right. Got this one from Cincinnati.com. Love you, Cincinnati. But Cincinnati is not the host of the raccoon dinner.
It didn't want it. It didn't want that honor.
No, the raccoon dinner is in Danville, Ohio. Okay, Danville, Ohio. Yes. So basically, what it is
Oh my
every
God,
year
these fucking
they
people.
have.
I'm looking at these pictures now.
Yeah, they have a raccoon dinner for lots of people, and it's this year 600 people showed up to the raccoon dinner. There's only 1,000 people in this town.
Raccoon meat looks horrible.
Raccoon meat looks horrible. I was curious how it was
it a
prepared.
stew? It looks like it's stewed.
All right, so Rob, I sent you a video
Okay.
on raccoon, a man preparing raccoon meat, because I knew this was going to come up. And Henry,
It's like every worst person in Danville arrived.
all right,
for
well, this is some New Orleans raccoon meat. Listen to this
Well,
guy.
that's different. I'll eat. Why is it that's different? Why? Okay, hold it 1 second. Why is New Orleans raccoon meat so much different than Ohio raccoon
because
meat?
they're going to put spices in it. Raccoon meat in Ohio, it's they're not going to season it. New Orleans, they're seasoning it. Now Kermit Ruffins over at the Mother-in-Law Lounge, he cooks raccoon for every Super Bowl.
That's different. I will eat Kermit Ruffin's fucking raccoon. That's different.
But check out this fella. What's his name, Rob? He's great. He's one of my favorite follows.
This is Bernard H14.
That's right. That's on TikTok, but on Instagram, it's something else. I'll find it out for you guys. But check this out, Henry. Look at this guy. He made a bunch of raccoon. Let's hear it.
I got me a nice bed of rice right here. I got my coon cooked down inside some gravy right here.
Look at that.
There's some good
Looks
eating
like
right
goat.
here. Look at that. I'm going right here. I ain't even waiting for it.
Yeah, baby. Tell me you actually don't want this.
Well,
Yes, sir.
he could debone some of it.
Nice
No.
and tender.
It slides right off once you put it in your mouth.
Smell.
The bones are like horrific. The
Yeah.
bones are horrific on it.
Teeth in it and stuff.
This guy's great. He also cooks bear and shit
Got
like
some
that,
yams
you
right
know.
here.
Put the yams there.
They put too much sugar in the yams, though, sometimes.
Oh, this guy's definitely not going to live forever.
This is too much sugar in the yams. You can see it's too much caramelization. It's the only thing I'll push back on.
He's putting more on.
These in my yams.
They like very sweet yams.
Did he just mention diabetes?
You might have.
Cornbread.
Yeah. Ooh, that
That's
looks
good
good.
eating right there.
It is good eating.
Good country eating. We got a coon, we got the gravy, we got some carrots in there, we got some onions in there.
Yeah.
We got little potatoes cooked down inside
I
there.
can listen to this guy talk
and we got the
forever.
cornbread.
Yeah, there's something peaceful
I get my
about
hot
it.
sauce, that's all we need right there.
He's great. He fries snake and shit like that. He's
See,
unbelievable.
I've had snake. It's boring and
Well,
gross.
this is a boa constrictor. He'll lower, like he's got this giant fryer that's like bigger than this table, and he has a crank and he'll like lower an entire snake into it.
That's my
and
fucking dream.
he'll smoke like full like bear legs and shit like that. This guy's great. Yeah,
Whoa. See, still, I mean, I have had steak. It's weird.
that big?
No, but I don't know if all the snake meat is different.
I bet it is.
Side stories, lpotl@gmail.com.
Yeah, every cat tastes differently. I know that much. So tickets for the event were $15 for adults. Thanks for letting me just have that.
Yep, I just let it go.
$8 for children less than 12. So if you're over 12, you got to pay full price for the raccoon dinner.
Sorry.
The feast included mashed potatoes, green beans, cornbread, and a drink and dessert, and of course a generous helping of roasted raccoon. If you did not like the raccoon, you could eat ham. This sounds great.
What are you, a fucking bitch? Like, look at this fat
This guy
piece
is
of
wearing a
shit.
raccoon on his head.
He's got a raccoon hat. He's got a raccoon shirt.
I
He's
love-
shoveling it in his mouth. Oh,
I
God.
love when people love something so much, but they still like want to kill and eat it.
You know
it's
what's
like
funny?
it's so bizarre to me.
I am a perverse, right? Like, I'm a full meat pervert, right?
Yeah.
I'm a food pervert. I'm totally fine to eat whatever this kind of stuff. I'm not even really.
I do love piggies.
I do like pigs, but it's like I will eat anything. I will eat raccoon. I have no issues with eating this raccoon.
Yeah.
I think that I do wish they debone it a bit. I think that if you took it off the bone, I'd like it a little bit.
Well, when's the last
more.
time you had goat?
I like goat.
But goat's on the bone.
It'll have pieces of bone in it.
You got to be
It's-
careful when you eat the goat because that little bone can slide down your throat and it can cause an infection inside your esophagus, and then you'll die of sepsis.
You're making me afraid.
I'm just saying
that
I've seen that happen before.
I am afraid. But no, I've had goat, but why is goat different to me? Because it's bigger and it's got 4 legs, where there's something about a raccoon, it's the size of Carmi.
I just hate that they're eating raccoon that's not really seasoned.
Well, they're just
I was
sucking on the spine. Why is he sucking on the spine like that?
I mean, I'll do that with any animal I eat.
yeah, you know what's funny is that, it's just the man behind it, because I've done this. Remember with here we go, Brooklyn Star, where they served the pigtails?
Yeah, those are so good, little piggy chicken wings.
And they were like pig chicken wings. They were the pig's actual tails, and you just suck all the meat out of little rings.
Okay.
yeah.
See, actually, I'm kind of getting turned on now.
Yeah, so this event's been around for since I think the 50s. And they've been doing it forever. They served over 500 pounds of raccoon meat, which it's about 750 meals, or
How many raccoons?
I think it's 179 raccoons to make 750 meals. I don't even know where you.
That
that's just
motherfucker
like
ate one whole one.
the scariest town to be a raccoon in.
Yeah, dude.
Ohio. I mean, shout out to Travis Irvine, who's made multiple raccoon-themed films in Ohio.
It's true.
Yeah. So
Between Travis, your wife, who's a big, and this is like, does your
She's in
wife
Ohio.
never eaten?
she doesn't eat raccoon, unfortunately.
Would she eat raccoon?
I think if I try to talk her into it, she'd take a bite. But I would say, so look at this. The meat, they say, is free range because raccoons eat fruit, nuts, corn, fish, frogs, insects, bird-aids, and rodents.
It's a
but
fucking
also
raccoon.
trash. They eat trash. It's like, but it is
free
like,
range.
Yeah, it is free. I mean, they don't really have a home, you know. And I will say another thing about raccoon. But we eat oysters. They eat trash. You know, they're bottom feeders.
No.
A lot of those.
Different.
Yeah, it's very
I think
different.
an oyster's grosser than a raccoon.
No way.
I've never looked at an oyster and be like, "That's a good boy."
No, you wouldn't. I
Yeah,
wouldn't eat it. This is the thing is that an oyster, a lot of times it's like it'll either be farmed or it'll be in a specific part of the world. It is oyster areas, so it is cleaner for the oyster.
Yeah.
These are quote unquote free range raccoons, are just the raccoons you see in the street of Danville, Ohio.
Yes, yeah.
Like it's just a raccoon. That's not a free. There's no caged raised raccoon. There's no farm raised raccoon. There is only free range raccoon.
Yes. No, it's interesting. I want to know where they got all these raccoons from.
Besides rats, it's the most free range thing that exists.
Well, a lot of people think it's a marsupial. A lot of people think a raccoon is a rodent, but the truth is they're closer related to bears than anything else.
sure. And I've heard bear meat is not particularly very good either.
Well, we'd have to talk to our boy who's smoking it down in New Orleans.
I was curious about bear meat once, and I got a lot of messages talking about bear meat, and it's very greasy.
Oh, yeah, and they say that this is greasy as well. They've been preparing raccoon as an art for the members of the Danville Lions Club for over 82 years.
I'd like to try. Now I don't want to be in that room with this man, the man that is in the picture of this. I don't want to be with him.
There's a lot of MAGA hats in the room, too.
Oh, no, it is definitely a comfort. This is a safe space for MAGA.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in that room, but I would eat that raccoon, yeah.
One of the cooks, Sandy Crow, said, I was asked if I wanted to make 4 pies for the dinner or if I wanted to cook raccoon, so I started cooking raccoon because I don't like to make pies.
What I prefer is the hunting down of a trash animal. I like to go out there myself. I take some tuna and I put it in a can on a string and I bring a hammer. And I entice him with the hammer and then I hit him in the head. I hit him in the head with the hammer and I hit him and I smash their brains. And it's so much better than figuring out dough.
So they take the prepared, this is how they cook it in Danville, not how our boy cooks it. They take the raccoons that are dressed and like processed and then they
Like a
soak.
sweater and sweatpants? Or?
Yeah. And they soak them in salt water for a day.
Oh, so they brine them.
They brine them, and then they say that no spices are needed during cooking.
That is
Just onions.
That is the most Ohio gross shit I have ever fucking heard. Get your shit together. Get your fucking shit together. Smoked paprika, fucking garlic,
Anything.
black pepper. You want to have, I would say, coriander might be good in there. Some cumin, chili powder.
Yeah.
Mix it all together in a rub. You're going to want to brine it. You're going to want to rub it. And you're going to want to braise it. Then you brown it. Mm-hmm. Then you braise that shit with some nice, you see, then I feel like we're in a territory that I'm in. Now I'm eating. Because this sounds good. You could throw some okra in there. You could throw corn and stuff in there.
Oh, there's corn.
And then you slap that shit in a big old bucket and you let that rock for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I will eat that shit in a second.
Exactly. That's
But
what
these guys are fucking morons.
they're just boiling raccoon with onions.
You're just killing and essentially burning them at the stake. You're just like killing raccoons.
It's very sad. It's very, very sad.
Well, you know, it's like
not, is it sad?
The way they catch them is sad.
How
yeah.
do they catch them?
They just let dogs chase them and they corner them and then they just basically eat them alive.
By dogs?
That's how they do it, yeah. And then
Can I say though?
it's not fun. It's not a
They
nice.
have raccoon traps.
Guys, that's fun for the dogs. So somebody's having fun. Okay, it's fun for the dogs. The raccoons, they don't know what's going on because it does seem to sort of be like one of those Night of the Long Knives that happened to the Jewish people during the rise of the Nazis, where all of these raccoons are just hanging out one day, just wondering, acting like everything's fine. And then the next day, all of a sudden, it's culling season because we got to kill 179 of you to feed Randy's fat ass. And he has no idea. And then all of a sudden, you got the fucking SS showing up. It's all the dogs as turncoats. Going like, oh, for your ways of making you squeak.
Well, what if it was farmed meat? Would you feel better about that?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
If there was a raccoon farm somewhere?
I'm down for animals raised for food that are used as food and treated well to be.
But isn't it better to go hunt for your food?
Yes, but those animals, you know what you're eating. Raccoons eat liquid shit.
Only if they're healthy.
That's what I'm saying. I would prefer to have a raccoon be in a place where we know what it's eating.
Yeah.
And then you could fill it with all sorts of stuff. And then eventually you could start feeding it butter and spices, and you could fatten up its little organs. And then we can make some raccoon pate, which I've never seen. Oh, God, Rob. Oh, it's this little face. It looks like Carmi.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It looks like, Rob, it looks like fucking Wendy.
Too.
How they do it though.
Yeah.
I get it.
You gotta boil the whole thing.
Again, though, I'll eat it as soon as it's out.
Yeah. This thing, they said that it actually started out as a prank, the whole party.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet, sure. Because we're cosplaying what poor people had to eat.
Yeah,
We're eating it for fun because they had to eat it. Now we're eating it because we've decided that it's fun. And then these guys like it even better because it harkens back to a time period in which black people couldn't vote.
Well, back in 1939, Clyde Bamberry offered to cook a meal for the club. When they all arrived, they realized he was feeding them raccoon. The friends all played along, ate the raccoon, and discovered that they actually liked it.
Hey, and that's the last time anyone in Ohio's ever been open-minded.
Yeah, they're quoted in saying, they all thought it was the coolest thing that ever happened. When the next year rolled around, they all got the idea to just go ahead and do it again.
And the raccoons are like, what in the living fuck is happening? This went from Shangri-La to Auschwitz.
Yeah.
This was our home.
Yes.
This is our place, and now we are hunted for our flesh.
82 years strong.
Hey.
Danville, Ohio Lions Club. They love it.
You know what? You know what I'll say is, in the name of the Ziz, in the name of a lot of people going on, we need more awareness and stuff. I feel like what we should do is let's flip the script. Let's get LGBTQ raccoon boil.
Yeah.
That's what we need to equalize the forces here. If you guys really want to really play games here in the United States of America, if you want to be a part of the big team, right? You got to start going to the people. And I think that if we get the LGBT crowd to get into eating raccoon, we take it from them.
Yes. They decided one day to make it a fundraiser. And then they're like, and then it started getting even bigger. And so they put it in the high school cafeteria. And they were cooking the raccoon in the high school cafeteria, but then it outgrew the high school cafeteria. And so they had to move it again to the St. Luke's Community Center across the street from the high school. And they made it a fundraiser, but it does not say where the funds go.
Yeah, because I feel like it's some guy who shows up and you're like, you guys are cooking raccoon?
Yeah, just so excited about it.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, again, I feel that there's nothing wrong with eating raccoon. There's a lot of people that do it. It probably speaks a lot to your demographic as a human being, which I say let's flip it for them. And
more spices, though.
Yeah. Wow. Because, she'd like to make pies. I cook raccoon for probably 30 years.
Yep. That's right.
Well, God, at least it's the Danville Lions Club, but at least it's not the Danville Raccoons Club. Because they would be shit out of luck. All right, so we have a couple of stories about consequences.
Oh, nice.
Now, this one I just think is, obviously, this is a tragedy and this is a crime. Right. And there's nothing funny about this story.
All right, I'll try not to laugh.
There's nothing funny about it, and I refuse to let you laugh.
Okay.
Or me.
All right, I will be stone-faced.
Now, Louisville... It's a fun town. No, that's nothing funny about it. Nothing funny about it. Louisville, they're facing the man. He's a business owner. He's facing several charges after allegedly kidnapping and beating a shoplifter who stole vape pens. Okay. This is in the Algonquin neighborhood of Louisville. Now, I don't think shoplifting is that big of a crime.
Yeah.
I think that obviously it comes from a lot of systemic issues.
Yes.
And it's just money. It's just goods. A lot of it is, unless it's a small shop.
Yeah, which a vape store usually is.
It is, but it's vapes,
Yeah.
So the owner of the vape store, Kashimakar Patel, he was in court this week because he saw this guy. This guy took a box of vapes out of the store without paying for it.
Yeah.
So the man ran away on foot, and Patel and several others of his staff gave chase. When they caught up to him, this is where it kind of went crazy. So, as a retail person, when I worked in retail, we were told to go try to stop them. We never did. And I will also say, if you currently work in retail, and you all know this already.
You let them go.
You don't run after these people. There's no reason to.
You're not allowed to touch them. My buddy worked at Publix, and he tackled someone stealing food, and he got fired.
Yeah, as he should have, because also it's food. And most of the time, they're stealing it because they're hungry.
Yeah.
And so this guy, because these are vapes, right? They're optional.
So they caught up to the thief, and Patel and his associates, they jumped out of the van and they pepper sprayed the victim in the face. Now, that's already a lot, right?
Yeah.
But then the guy started crawling away. And they were like, no, you're not going to crawl away. So they all started group stomping him, right? So they all started group stomping him. It's real bad, right? It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, you don't fuck around in these vape stores.
No, not in Louisville.
Yeah.
And then it's really the final disgracement is the thing which I've never seen someone do, and I've never heard of this before.
They kept going.
So what they did was that they held the man down, and then Patel, the owner of the store, pulled the man's pants down and underwear, took the pepper spray, spread the man's butt cheeks, and sprayed the pepper spray into his anus.
Right in the middle of Louisville streets?
Right fucking in the strike zone. Louisville strike zone.
Yeah.
Right? And it was bad.
Of course.
They pulled him into a van. They took him to a garage where they beat him.
Whoa.
With a piece of wood.
They kept going?
Oh, yes.
Over vapes?
Oh, yes.
How many vapes was this?
A box. One box of vapes.
I'm gonna guess that one box is 12.
Maybe. Court records say the victim was then put back in the van and then driven to the 1500 block of Lee Street where he was dropped off like Bang Bros. The victim called his mother to pick him up, which is the saddest of all. Yeah. That he had to then call his mom to come get him. And then he was all fucked up.
Yeah, what does that even do to you when you get pepper sprayed inside your anus?
I believe it's called hot tush. And hot tush is one of the hardest. It is such a pandemic in this country.
Yeah.
Because of how many people that believe that you can actually make your hands warmer by spraying your booty hole with pepper spray. I perennially cold hands. I have very cold hands.
I can't believe that this is the story out of Louisville after they had that horrible flood this week.
Yep.
Like 11 people died.
Yep.
And this is...
Went right to the top of the news cycle. Top of the news cycle just happened. Came out. Yeah. So this is guy, he's out there. I just think the idea of because now he's being held. He's being held with complicity for kidnapping, assault, wanton endangerment. He's $75,000. He did make his bond at $75,000.
He sells vapes. They got a lot of disposable income.
I guess that's just what it is. It's nothing is worth this. This consequence. He went way. Obviously, I think he overreacted.
If he would have stole all the money out of the register, he should not have acted like this.
Again, I think that what he did was rash. And
that's what he created.
I was sorry. You're allowed. And there's nothing funny about it.
No.
But I do think that the man, everyone's learned that they definitely dropped the shoplifting charges.
Oh, they did? So he's not getting charged with shoplifting?
No. Not after you get your booty hole
time served.
Yeah. I think they're like, I think this is enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I would do if I was a police officer? I'd make him smoke the whole box. That's what I would do, just like they did back in the day. Oh, you want to steal vapes?
Yeah.
You smoke every one of them.
Well, here's an interesting way that someone else is dealing with shoplifting in a more responsible manner. All right. A Michigan judge sentences Walmart shoplifters to wash cars in the parking lot.
It's not a bad idea.
Yes. And so this Michigan Walmart has had so many people steal from it and that the prices are starting to go up. There's more security there. They're even threatening to close the store completely. And it's not a big town. So they kind of need this Walmart.
Where Natalie's grandmother is in Michigan, that Walmart is the center of their life.
Yes.
It is where everybody is. There is the Walmart, there's a McDonald's and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
There's one hotel, and there is a CVS. But that Walmart is where everyone goes. It is extremely necessary to that town, sadly.
Yes. No, we can't go back 50 years and erase. Walmart is evil.
It's over. It's done.
Yeah. We're fucked
with it. It's
we
over.
all know that evil.
We already know they're making corporate nations. That is going to be the next steps. Just understand that it's going to be Walmart Natia. You're going to be able to go choose which corporation you want to live in. It is going to happen. Just know that.
Well, I think there's a long way to go.
I'm just saying. That's the dream. That's their dream.
That's their, yes. But so this judge, Jeffrey Clothier, what he's doing now is that people have been stealing from there so often, and he's under the opinion, this is a quote from him, I don't think everyone that steals is a bad person.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Yeah, sometimes people are just down on their luck, but there's got to be consequences for when you break the law. So what he is doing is anyone who steals from this Walmart now has to wash cars for free car washes in the very same Walmart parking lot.
I think that is sensible.
Yeah.
I think shoplifting is, again, what we said before, it's a systemic crime most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is because people are hungry and broke,
Yeah.
except when it's like they're stealing out of the Louis Vuitton store or whatever. That's something else, but
Yeah.
even that I don't give a fucking shit
I
about.
care less about that.
Who could give a fucking shit? It's
Yeah.
overpriced bags and shit. Who fucking cares?
Well, Walmart's become such a crazy place that I don't know if we talked about this on the show recently, but it was like a story presented to us. But the employees at Walmart, they've started testing this out, are gonna start wearing body cams because they get beat up so much by the clientele.
was because also people go there as a designated third space. Like people go there to go hang out,
Yeah.
connect, do things that don't quote unquote cost money, even though it's a private corporation and it's a store. And so what happens is that it does invite people that have nowhere else to go.
Especially when you're open 24 hours.
Yes, so they have to. So these people that work at Walmart end up being like police officers / mental health associates,
Yeah.
and selling you panties.
Yeah. And so
I wish they'd sell me panties. I was cut off.
Yeah.
Was cut off 3 different stores.
I never trust the store that sells jeans and lobster. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just like, come on, pick a lane.
Hey, except for Costco. Costco's pure.
I mean, apparently people still like Costco. I got no reason to be there.
Costco is pure. Costco is good.
Do you go to Costco?
I go sometimes because Jackie's got a membership.
Oh, okay.
So I'll piggyback with her and I'll go. But largely I don't
it's
because,
just me and Julie. I don't need.
well, there's certain things.
Costco.
You know what's nice? It's the paper towels.
Yeah. Well, I go to Who Gives a Crap. I get the natural bamboo towels, so I'm not contributing to them cutting down the rainforest.
See, I hate the rainforest.
Oh, well, then you should get Bounty.
That's a part of what I've been doing. Is that
you put a Bounty on the rainforest
Yes, normally-
with Bounty.
Normally what I do is I buy 2 things of Bounty just to throw one out, and then I go outside and I chop a tree down. Just because I hate them and because I'm jealous.
Oh,
They don't got to fucking work.
Well, Walmart's on board. They're providing water and supplies.
Thank you, Walmart. Oh, thank you, precious Walmart. Thank you for your gifts.
But it's such a better thing than locking up people and ruining their lives and
Utterly.
fucking, you know, it's one of those things. I'm really happy that this is I feel like this is one of our first like positive news stories on this show.
Sorta. I wonder what the Diamond Lounge is going to be like at the Amex private prisons. Do you think that it's going to be? Do you think that if I get to Diamond,
Yeah.
that I'll be able to be like I get extra rec time? Is it
I
going to be
think
one
you
of
get a
those?
sushi. Yeah.
I get sushi.
bar.
Yeah. Like at the Delta One. Yeah. Someone comes in. Someone offers us. You're forced to eat the fresh sushi from the guy that they flew in from Japan, who looks confused.
Yeah. Oh, so Clothier said he thinks it'll be humiliating to be out there washing cars if you see someone you know, and he thinks that'll be enough to keep people from stealing from the Walmart.
I think that it's also just fucking it's something about not putting people in jail, because what do we know? On low-level crimes, this is just across the board.
They commit
get
more
worse.
crimes.
They
Yeah.
always.
You get into a fight in jail, and then
And you're done.
fucked. You're stuck in there for Lord knows how long after that.
Yes.
And like you don't have a choice to get into the fight. You know,
No.
like someone just comes up and beats you up.
And
you
guess
stick
if
it up for yourself.
And guess what happens if you don't?
then you get beat up more.
Yes.
So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Keep people out of jail in any way possible. So thank you, Judge Clothier. I hope I'm saying your name right.
I mean, God knows what else this guy's going to do, but he made one good decision. So good work.
The judge said that he's also going to go out there and wash cars with them.
Now, when does it turn into a sexual assault thing? When does it eventually become he shows up in a Speedo? When does he show his penis at a bunch of men?
I think back to like those fundraising car washes we used to do in high school with all like the
teachers and the seniors.
15-year-old cheerleaders and
yes.
stuff, like in bikinis washing the cars outside of the Einstein Bagels.
Eddie,
I look back and I'm like, we should not have been allowed to do that.
Eddie, you and I were raised in a very specific time period where it seemed to be a little bit more open.
Yes.
Do you remember American Beauty?
Yes, I do remember American Beauty.
Do you remember how inspirational American Beauty was? So the idea of this man finally finding his joy again because it was all about him having sex with the 17-year-old?
Well, that and weed.
We were right.
It was that.
And that's, well, sadly, was the...
And shout out to Guy Pearce.
Yeah,
for dealing with Kevin Spacey's bullshit.
Yeah, getting his fucking ding-dong fucking manhandled by the spaceman.
Yeah, almost got pierced by the space.
God, you gotta be careful out there. Gotta keep your head swiveled. You gotta keep your head in a swivel on Hollywood, and you gotta let these guys know it is an exit hole, unless, of course, it is an entrance hole, and then you give them the green light. But you gotta give them the green light. That's the only way to do it. Yeah. Kevin Spacey's he's in a lot of. He's really sad. He's in a lot of debt.
Well, yeah.
Poor guy.
Oh.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Speaking of great news, Asteroid headed towards Earth.
Yes!
It is currently up to 3.1%.
Let's blow it up.
It has increased 3 times since its discovery. It has went from 1% to 2% to 3%, possible hitting us. And what is interesting, which I found really interesting about this story, is the fact that, number one, they can already tell where it might land if it does hit.
Really?
It's awesome. They basically...
How's it a 3% chance of landing? And they're like, Illinois is fucked.
Well,
like, how does that
basically-
even make sense?
The way it works is that it'll come on a lateral, right? It'll come on some line, right? So it's about where, like, imagine, the Earth's a goal like this. I think that way, obviously I'm wrong. Side stories, lpotl@gmail.com. But the way it seems to work is they can sort of know what plane it's on, but they don't know how far it's going to arc towards us. But they can know that it's going to go in this one area of where we're at. So if it hits us, they're saying it's going to hit us somewhere in the equator, somewhere in the Indian Ocean, which is interesting. Oh, I also don't know if they're just lying to us to just make us feel
tell
better.
us it's in the middle. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, what? It's a 3 in 4 chance that it hits the ocean.
Yes, and it's a city killer, but it's not a world ender. They're saying that it would be the equivalent of something like 50 megatons, 50 times the first atomic bomb.
Okay.
But if it's in the middle of the ocean, we won't experience it.
But like Indonesia would be fucked, and Australia
There
would
might be some tsunamis.
Yeah.
Tsunami activity,
Definitely.
earthquake activity.
Yeah.
But what I'd like to know, this is like one of those fun debate points for our audience. Side stories, lpotl@gmail.com.
Is that the address?
Actually, sometimes I forget. You know when you do something again and again and again? You ever like go to hang out with somebody that you've known for like multiple decades and then you like...
Jerry, right?
Yeah, and you momentarily forget their name as you're going to fucking introduce them. That's like an anxiety thing that happens to me sometimes. But I'd like to know, would you like to know the day that you die? Like, would you like to know... like the date that if it's going to hit, and let's say it was going to end the world.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the date, or would you rather be surprised?
I think I'd rather know the day the world's going to end than the day I have a heart attack.
Like you'd rather
If that makes any sense.
So you'd rather us all die.
Yeah. Well, not rather everyone die. I'm saying if I were to know the future, I'd rather it be a day that we're all going to die together rather than like you're going to have a heart attack on August 8th, 2085.
Because the thing about science too is that they're right and they do their best to be correct and they're constantly changing. That's the idea. It's not a monolith.
It was 2% last week and now it's 3%. They're like the Indian Ocean, and next week it's going to be like, it's going to hit Africa.
Yeah, it's going to hit right.
It's going to be like New York.
It's going to slide in the fucking that guy's asshole.
When is this supposed to happen?
That vape store. What?
When will this come?
I think it's 9 years.
9 years, pretty close.
9 years. 2032. 7 years. And so, but I wonder because remember they had those. There's like an AI now that can apparently tabulate the day that you will die.
Oh, really?
Using a bunch of you can give it a bunch of things. You can give it a bunch of parameters, and it'll give you like a day that you'll die. But just like that, and just like this, they could be entirely wrong. I guess
they would be wrong.
The only thing I'm afraid of is the thing of you find out the death day, and then you do the thing where you're like, honey, I'm starting to learn the oboe, and I can't do it with you here. I need full attention on the oboe. You know what I mean? Like, this is when you're going to end up you're going to ruin your family. You're going to, and then what happens if then the comet doesn't come?
Well, you know what drives me crazy is also if we know when the world's going to end. I think I'm talking myself out of wanting to know right now, but like if we know who's going to show up to work. And then next thing you know, like there's no power for the last 3 days because no one's going to the fucking to the LADWP. You know?
And I mean, like, this is going to sound really unpopular to a lot of people, but I think, and this is just between me and Eddie here for a second, that's what we don't tell some of these people.
Yes.
So what we do is we don't know, Rob. You didn't hear that. We don't tell some of the people.
Yeah, Rob, we have a strict schedule to release the show.
Must continue to come out. We don't tell certain sectors, right? Just simply for the fact that all the rest of us are gonna want to be able to watch TV.
Yeah, because when I saw Deep Impact, one of the things that bothered me the most about that movie, and I know it's not real, but one of the things that bothered me the most about that movie was that it was the day before the asteroid's about to hit, and the fucking guy calls a cab.
Yeah, and he just picks him up. Yeah, he's like, I'm just getting off of work. You know, being like, dude, we're all going to die soon.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you will not make me go uptown.
Yeah. But if the asteroid does come, I know one thing. I don't want to miss a thing. I want to make sure I see it.
What I'm really afraid of is that, and we talked about this right
Rob,
before.
By the way. Thank you.
Well, because you reminded me of something, Eddie. Let's just not tell Bruce Willis.
Oh, my God. How lost will he get trying to find the fucking...
I'm afraid if we tell Bruce Willis, he's going to blow up the moon instead.
Yeah.
All right.
I got it. I see it every night.
Demi Moore comes in and she's like, let's just get him a drill and we'll put him on a sound stage. Listen, let's just get him. Let's think he's doing it. Let someone get him his harmonica. Can someone get Bruce his harmonica? He thinks he's on stage again. He's ready to go. No, yes, Bruce, let's leave Bruce out of this.
Leave him alone.
But you know who we're sending?
Ben Affleck. You said definitely send an Affleck.
I want him on the tip of the shuttle.
Yeah.
We're sending you, Ben Affleck.
And a bunch of donkey.
And you know why we're doing it? Because of the way you treated J-Lo.
Oh, come on.
I'm coming after you.
Sign up
you
for
broke her heart.
Pete.
You broke her heart. First I defended you, and now I can't believe it came to bat for you.
I think that
J-Lo was ready to love you, and you shit the fucking bed. And then how dare you go back to that straw woman, Jennifer Garner.
She seems nice.
She does seem
They have
fine.
children together.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do.
Yeah. And plus, all this Diddy heat with J-Lo. Imagine that he's just sitting at home. He's like, hold on.
Who?
What did you do?
What? This all happened during the Juicy Couture days? No. I gotta get out of here. Well, yeah, that's so. Just so you know, I want people to tell me what you think. I think there's a lot of people that have to. I'd be kind of cool in a way if there was this is the thing is that the government wouldn't do it. They just gave everybody free power and did the thing at the time period for 5 days. You know, we're like, all right, we're just running the systems.
Do you think they would empty the prisons or just lock the doors?
Lock the doors, yeah. Gas them, probably. They'll kill everybody in there.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to do a lot. That's the thing.
Because the guards aren't going to show up for work.
In the end days, there's going to be a lot of bad stuff happening.
Yeah, because there's going to be no consequences.
And that's also why.
Ends.
Yeah. And it's also why people are doing bad things currently, because they think that what you do is that you spark the bad things to make the end times come.
Yeah.
And we have the next series that we're doing is all about that. The idea of if the world won't end, what if we start the signs of the world ending on our own?
I mean, we've all talked about this before. The world is not going to end. We might end, but the world's going to be here.
This rock's going to keep on spinning.
Yeah, man.
And no memory.
4 billion years.
And they said that what I'll do is interesting. You only need, I believe they said it's 150 people to respark humankind.
Sure.
So let's get to choosing now.
What are you talking about? It was just 2, Henry. Adam and Eve.
Adam and Steve.
Yeah, baby. Oh, yes. Let me see your apple, Adam.
See, this is a perfect time for this, Eddie.
See it.
This is a perfect time for this, Eddie. So this is a perfect time. Let's get to Man Corner, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, last week, we had 2 fucking bitches on the
Suck
show.
my tits.
All right. Woo! We had fucking 2 dirty bitches on
We
the
know
show.
who they are. Who's the bitch? Now available on the Last Podcast Network.
They're the best. They're absolutely hilarious. Kara Clank and my sister, Jackie Zabrowski, they're on our new show, Who's the Bitch?
What's your sister's name?
It's a bitchkey fucking McDumper.
Saguski's. Yeah.
Get your fucking ass. But what's funny here is that normally we get to talk abstractedly about women's bodies away from you.
Yeah.
And we get to make a bunch of funny, fake thoughts about it because we don't understand a lot about your biology, and it's not really anybody's fault but ours.
It's just more fun to be wrong than right.
It's just fun to be. It's fun to say things that make people upset. It's fun. That's our jobs, right?
Yeah.
But then we had 2 women on that then went ahead to say a bunch of stuff that made a bunch of ladies angry.
Yeah, but
instead
they're not
of
scientists.
Us. But they're not scientists. No, they're just fucking women like the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But so we have to
Truth
say,
is, I don't know what's happening to my own personal body either.
couldn't care less.
I don't know what's going on in the man's body.
I don't care what's going on here.
I got balls.
But I will say this: we're going to say here at LPN, don't drink while pregnant.
No.
Even though Kara and Jackie both, I believe, advised it. But don't drink while pregnant because many doctors wrote in and said don't.
Yes. Even a little bit.
Apparently not. We don't know. But this is what doctors said. So this is us as men getting an opportunity to tell 2 women that they were wrong. Fuck yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah. And this is the wildest factoid I got. Mm-hmm. 1 in 25,000 women, this is true,
Oh, yeah. Very true.
they can get pregnant in their ass.
Yeah, you can get duty pregnant.
You can get dookie fucking faux shooty farty pregnant.
Yeah, one
Did
out
you know
of
that?
25,000 women.
They have a cloaca.
Yeah, they got bird bodies.
So if some women are born without, this is completely real, Rob. This was sent to us. The look on your face shows you're like, you can't wait for the anticipatory emails that we're going to get. But I'm going to read this right now.
Yeah.
It is absolutely possible to get pregnant from anal sex. Mm-hmm. I know this because it happened to a roommate of mine. We've all heard this fucking story. Is at a Baptist university in Oklahoma, early 2000s. My roommate was raised mostly out of the United States as one of many children in a missionary family. That religious community believed strongly in abstaining from sex until marriage. But she and her new boyfriend thought they found a loophole. Everybody does. Right? When she started dating in our sophomore year, she came waddling in one day to our dorm and said she needed to talk. She then told me that they didn't want to sin by having vaginal intercourse, so they thought they would be safe if they had anal sex instead. You're correct. You're correct.
Maybe.
Not from STDs or anything else, but you're correct. You were not supposed that was the right idea. She had
Nature's condom.
Yes. Oh, yes. It's more like nature's collection basket. As it goes right out, right? So she had mixed feelings about her first sexual encounter, but ultimately enjoyed it. Decided it was okay to continue to have exclusively anal sex. Now, that's a trooper. Now, about a month and a half later, she started panicking because she hadn't had her period on time. She started taking pregnancy tests, and they came back positive. Naturally, she was freaked out, later recalling that I was really wet and excited her first time. When he pulled out, he said he made a runny mess. All sperm need is to swim is a slick surface, and they will keep swimming for up to 5 days. But also, apparently, it could slide down there. But also, you could be born without the holes, like without the walls. Mm-hmm. And so the cum can come through your butt walls. Yeah. Into your pussy cavern.
Only one way, though? It only can go one way?
Because I don't fucking know.
You used to be a plumber.
I don't know anything about this.
Well, I have no idea.
According to womenshealth.com.
We asked 2 women on the show last week, and they didn't know. And now we're left here sitting in the runny mess of their thoughts.
Yeah, we're mansplaining. You can get pregnant through your ass.
Women did this to us, though. Women put us, 2 women we know, put us as men into this scenario, having to roll back misinformation.
Mm-hmm. So it's Women's Health magazine calls it a colloquial malformation.
It's cloacal.
Cloacal?
It's a cloaca. A cloaca.
Cloaca. A cloacal?
A cloaca.
A cloacal?
Cloacal.
Whatever. They're fucked up.
Booty holes.
Yeah. Which means she was born, but she didn't have a urethra, vagina, and anus. She just had one hole.
Wow, one big room.
Wow. Yes.
Cloacal malformation.
Birds have them. Yes.
It's when the rectum, vagina, and urinary tract, they don't separate they collaborate.
Yes, the condition is incredibly rare, occurring in about 1 in 25,000 female live births, which is more than I would have thought.
Yes.
25,000, 1 in 25,000 isn't really that. I mean, the lottery's way bigger.
Absolutely. And also, what an amazing opportunity to call somebody a butt baby.
Yeah, it also only occurs in women, so we couldn't have just one hole.
Oh yeah, because then the cum can't go through our assholes back into our balls.
Yeah,
right. Like you can't fuck me hard enough in the ass that your cum will shoot into my balls.
I think that is what Women's Health is saying, but it's usually diagnosed at birth and repaired right away, so the baby has a separate urethra.
Yeah, let me get in there. Let me get my wrench.
Yeah. But that's what happened in this woman's case. However, something went very wrong. Either in the surgery was botched or its response to the trauma of the surgery. A body can be formed a fistula, an abnormal connection between organs.
The fistula.
A fistula. Thank you. I'm bad with pronunciation.
Yeah, fistula is my burlesque name.
A uterus can become fused to a rectum in these situations. So every month when Aunt Flo comes to town, they have their period rectally. So meanwhile, this is the news.
Yikes.
This is the news.
You asked me. You asked us. We're here.
We don't want to talk about this.
I think that we have to stop now because I think that that's as far as we know.
Yeah.
I think that we're stupid. I think that when we brought women in here expecting them to be smarter, we found out that's not true. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's one of the nicest things that we could have done for men.
Yes.
In terms of listening to this or trying to create a safe space for guys out here to listen to us talk, right? It's a safe space for you guys, you boys. Huh?
Oh, man.
That was Man Corner. We're over.
Yes. And there was one email we got about booty shorts.
Well, you want to read this because again, this is a response to last week. Jackie was saying she wanted to either get butt implants or one of the Brazilian butt lifts, or she wanted she was talking about padded pants. And we had an argument kind of talking about, how much damage does that lie do?
Yes.
To our sexual encounters. And I actually don't know because this lady actually makes an interesting point.
Yes. So it says, hey guys, I was listening to your episode with the girls from Who's the Bitch, and I thought it was interesting that Jackie's suggestion, spelled wrong, by the way.
I actually think it's a more fun spelling.
It is,
and
yeah.
She
dropped the E, yeah. Suggestion of being tricked or fooled by fake butts and boobs, because that's something I saw a lot on Reddit from the old incel board.
Oh, whatever. That's not what we meant.
I mean, I think so. Basically, a lot of incels complain that women change their appearance to fool men into sleeping with them, so they're against stuff like butt pads and makeup.
They're just against, because they're losers. That's the difference. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I want that big old butt.
Yes.
To play with.
Yes, for sure. But I think what the
I'm a red-blooded man that would I would listen to the butt. I'd listen to the butt's thoughts and the butt's opinions and all the butt's dreams.
Yes.
And I'd spend time with the butt and treat the butt well and create a fucking safe environment for the butt.
Continue. So this said, as someone who personally loves looking like a slutty MILF, I just wanted to share that most of the women who I know who wear strong makeup and pads and stuff like that aren't doing it to attract men into sleeping with us. I'm married, so when I go out with my husband, I just like looking like a hot slut.
Cool.
I'm Latina, so I don't wear butt pads,
nice.
But I absolutely wear padded bras because who cares? The people who see men the people who see me aren't going to see me naked, so why should I care if they feel deceived?
I think you're entirely correct. We're not talking about the men just feeling deceived, though. I think that you're right. You're dressing for other women and you're dressing for yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about the anger over the deception. It's more just someone a big old butt.
Yes.
I want a big old floppy butt I could fucking have fun with and be around.
But usually, you know I love you, so I don't care what you say. But usually when men have like those type of opinions, like you can't wear this shit, it's a control thing.
Oh, of course. I know what you're saying. I would never say you can't wear the thing.
Yeah.
We're just having feelings about the thing.
Yes, yeah. But it's also like you never see an attractive man complain about this.
No.
It's always like ugly dudes who can't get laid anyway.
Ever.
They're almost looking for reasons to say like, oh, I don't want to date that person because she's ugly when she's obviously gorgeous.
We are talking about this in almost like a friendly idea, banter back and forth, not actual rage.
Yes.
Men who experience this actual rage, which is real,
Yes.
are extremely dangerous and bad for it and are mostly unfuckable.
Yeah, that is the problem.
And that's the thing. A lot of these trad guys are going to get a really hard fucking awakening when they wake up and realize that just because you want a trad wife doesn't mean a trad wife wants you. Mm-hmm. Because it's a lot of work being a trad wife. You got to live every day thinking about your husband, wondering what my husband wants, wondering if he's going to get his raw milk today. And you have to love churning that raw milk for your butter. Every morning for your husband, you're going to make that fresh butter each morning. And then you're going to laugh as you put arsenic in that butter. And then you're going to serve it to him on a big thing of toast. You're going to watch him as he fucking grips his belly and he falls over, screaming in pain, going, what happened? And you're going to smile.
And and his last words are going to be, I can't believe it wasn't butter.
You're going to write to self. And then you get to go be a lesbian.
Yeah.
Like you always wanted.
There was I did get a lot of people have been messaging me about my young vet hate talk. First of all,
I would like you to
things I say are everything I say on this show, unless I take a moment to anything I say in this voice is a joke.
Yes, he is funny. But we did receive many emails from young veterinarians saying that apparently, like suicide's a big old thing within the veterinary community. They all feel like unloved. They got to deal with a lot of psychopaths that have unreasonable demands, which I totally understand.
Oh my God, the way people look at their dogs and treat these vets. For full disclosure, my father-in-law owns his own family practice.
This is where the feelings come from.
Yes, he owns his own practice, so I understand the family practice. Lots of people hit me up like, Ed, you need to find a family practice. I know all about it. It is the right move. I basically, where my thought comes from, I love a more experienced person, and so if a young vet, you become an old vet. And I think that during that process, you become better at it. I think we became better comedians over the years. I think that, stuff like that. I think you will see more things that come. I think that now the vet community is in a lot of trouble. We got companies like Chewy buying out fucking full practices from people, and then also vets used to prescribe the medicine. Now people buy it for a quarter of the price from Chewy's, and so the vets are losing money that way. Yes. And no one wants to.
My vet now integrated it into their thing.
It's like a $5 charge now if you want us to fill it, because they're just filling out all the paperwork and doing more work for free.
But also, I do understand that it costs a premium, and I do understand that pets cannot tell you their feelings. They can't tell you what hurts and what goes on. It's extremely difficult for them to figure it out. They got to look at it, but they're also you are looking at puppies' assholes all day.
Yeah, it's a hard job being a vet. I love every vet in the world. You gave yourself to take care of animals. It just I thought it was obvious that vets are good people because they donated their lives to helping animals.
But this is so now.
So
thank
making
you.
fun of somebody who has done such a nice thing is comical to me.
Yes, yes, of course. Coming at a veterinarian for Eddie is coming at a group of people that you would think no one's attacking. So it's funny
to attack. It's like making fun of firemen.
Yes.
It's just funny.
It is funny to attack a vulnerable thing. Yeah. You have to understand that, guys. Is that when you're vulnerable, it's so fun to attack it. No, we are really trying not to punch you. We think you could take it because it's your doctors and it's difficult. But thank you for your service, and we are listening, and that is our what I'd call our half rollback.
Yeah. Well, also, I do want to say another thing about the whole thing.
Okay, please, Eddie.
These corporations are buying up these fucking vet offices, and they're buying it from the people who own family practices, and then they're hiring part-time vets to come in who are trained less. These people work like 2 days a week, and they don't care as much as a normal everyday vet, and they're giving bad information. And so I think that you need to go to a family-owned vet. Do not go to one of these corporate places. I think it's very important.
I agree.
They will care more about your dog. And the people who have been coming at me, telling me that my dog should be dead, you are very rude. And I have a family-owned vet that I literally take pictures of shits and text him, and he's like, "That's fine. Don't worry about it." So they don't worry.
They're
My
very
dogs-
well taken care
My
of.
dogs are so well taken care of.
They're extremely-
It is very aggravating.
And I'm telling you this right now, as his co-host and as a person, as his best friend, I'd call the police on him.
Yes.
If I had to. If I really felt that your dogs were like fucked, I'd say something.
Yes.
But they're just very old.
They're very old. They got
But Rambo's
hours
fucking,
to live.
And Rambo is cognizant. He's tails wagging.
Every time I see a vet, I'm like, you will tell me when I have to put this dog down. And every time they're like, it's looking all right for now. And so, like, Tootsie just had a rough week. And we got her in blood work. And the vet was like, I don't know. She doesn't look too good. And then we got the blood work. And he's like, she's fine. And then I sent the blood work to someone else. I'm like, yeah, she's fine.
Yep.
She's just like picky when she eats now.
You know who that reminds me of?
What?
Bill Cosby.
God, why is he fine?
Still alive.
He's like, why is he perfectly fine?
Him and Tootsie, blind, fucking old.
Do not loop Tootsie in with Bill Cosby.
Still walking
She
around.
rejected his advances.
People refuse to put him to sleep. Oh, Bill Cosby. Oh, his tour's coming up. Great. Can we get tickets for that? There seem to be a lot of available.
He's got a comeback working on,
Oh,
man.
good for him. Wow. Anybody can come back. Wow.
All right. Oh, no, foreclosure on his home.
Yeah, made me the money dried up. Well, guys, what an episode of Side Stories. Go to patreon.com/lastpodcast on the left to give us money to watch us talk. And then we got a lot of bullshit on there, obviously, a lot of stuff. And you can go see when you give money. You can see our live stream live. You can join the chat. You can yell at us and scream at us. That is on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. PST. And then you can go to Last Podcast Left and buy tickets. Buy tickets for our live show.
That's right.
Buy tickets for our live show. We have so many coming up, and they're going to be wonderful.
Yes, we're going to be in Dallas on Saturday, so come check us out at the CU Theater in Grand Prairie, Texas. That is right next to Dallas, but if you know what Dallas is, you know what Grand Prairie is, obviously. But we also have a lot of side story shows coming up.
We do.
On March 16th, we're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. Come check us out there. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's at the VBC Center.
Honestly, if you're out there, that's going to be one of those that would be so like that. Well, I've never been to Huntsville. I have no idea what the fuck's in Huntsville. Please come out, send us some recommendations, and we're going to have a blast. So we do a lot of crowd work. We have a lot of fun when we do the show.
It's going to be a blast. And then also on May 7th, we're going to be in Dania Beach at the Dania Beach Improv, which is Fort Lauderdale. So make sure you get your tickets to that. That's going to be May 7th. And then May 8th, we're going to be at the Funny Bone in Orlando.
Yeah, we are, baby.
Yeah, we're doing some real comedy clubs, Henry.
We're going to have
This is
fun, man. Yeah,
I'm
we're
very excited.
I can't wait for this. So come and join us. And if you heckle, we'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, because we jump out in the stage. And then, of course, there's always Crime Wave, which is going to be in November. Get your tickets.
Come to
that.
Crime Wave,
Lots of
Etsy.
people got tickets already. We're going to have it's going to be a fucking official Last Podcast meetup on this fucking bro. You're going to meet some new friends.
I mean it, guys. The people come out, if you can afford it, come out to this fucking thing because it is going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
We're going to have so much fun and someone's going to die.
Always.
You gotta come. You gotta come see this.
No.
They have a morgue on the ship.
They told
us they have a morgue on the ship and a jail.
They said that we could go do one of the crew's autopsies.
Yeah.
They said that we could go in there. They do them. They have an autopsy tech on there. So we can go in there and they said that we can go do it and we can shoot the fucking, what is it? The stuff that you could see blood with,
Oh, that stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
what's it called again?
You shoot the I don't know what you're even talking about.
Bloods.
I don't know, but the show was ending and you brought it to a screeching halt.
Yep. Well, let's just stop this.
Yeah.
Because it's over.
All right. And
It
all
doesn't
you
matter. Luminol.
Luminol. Yes, you young vets. They're all stealing all the luminol. Did you know that, the young vets? They're all hoarding it. Yeah, I got you, you fucks. You thought I was being nice. I'm back, baby. You're coming in.
All right, we gotta end this.
Get older.
Let's end this.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
end
yeah,
this fucking shit.